I tried the Lazy Genius way and everything changed. You need to stop trying so hard at things that don't actually matter. Think about that for a second. And shout out to my wonderful friend Lauren, who actually bought me this book, The Lazy Genius Way, probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's written by Kendra Adachi, and she said that this method completely changed her life and that I needed to read this book. And so it sat on my bookshelf for the last 4 to 5 years until finally one day I actually read it. There are 13 tangible, concrete principles in this book that you can apply to your everyday life in specific categories, and your life just really becomes easier. It becomes more productive. You're less stressed. Everything's less chaotic. And so I want to share what really changed for me, and maybe you can try it too. The first principle that really struck a chord with me is to decide once and then never again. Decide once. And this can be applied to many things in your life. Again, I'm going to share what I have now changed, but this whole idea really just involves that, like, you make a million freaking decisions every single day, okay? And that wastes time, it clogs up your brain power, it's tons of mental energy. But if you just decide something once and then never have to make that decision again, oh my gosh. And so for me, I pretty much just make the same breakfast every day. It's either overnight oats or it's chia seed pudding. I just grab that and I don't have to think about breakfast. That's what I'm having every day. Outfit formulas are another great example. I dress up and I do all this styling for videos, but when I leave the house to go somewhere, pretty much putting on a typical normal outfit formula. If you see me out and about, I'm probably not super fashionable, and that's fine. Less decisions. When it comes to my grocery shopping, I don't make decisions anymore. I pretty much just go to my past purchases or my repeat items, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. I always buy this. I don't have to think about it. Add everything back to the cart. If I need a couple weird things or new things for a recipe, maybe, but for the most part, I am making very limited decisions with my groceries. And just so you know, I'm not going to share all 13 principles in this video. I'm only going to talk about what actually has really helped me. And so this next one I almost cut from the video, but it is an important idea to put in the back of your mind, but it's starting small. And so anytime you want to change your life, you have to do tiny little changes first. Start really small, start slow, and then that actually equals sustainable progress and real change. And so I feel like you guys know that, but I guess I wanted to tell you that even the principles in this book or in this video right now, don't implement everything all at once. Just pick a couple, maybe make some notes of ooh, maybe I could try that. And just start small and just add more things in, and I think you'll get further that way. Okay, this next one is so good. It's all about the magic question. You need to ask yourself the magic question all throughout the day. And that magic question is, what can I do now that will make this easier later? And so here's some practical examples. What can I do now to make dinner easier later? And so this is what I do. Every morning, I will take out the meat, maybe it's ground beef, and I will take it out of the freezer. I'll put it in the fridge to thaw. I will then grab all of the ingredients that I can and put it on the counter. That seems so stupid and silly, and it takes me 5 seconds, but I'll put cans, I'll put onions, tomatoes, whatever I need for that recipe, and just have it sitting on the counter so that I don't have to fetch everything later. A while back, I asked myself, what can I do now to make laundry easier later? I don't know if you guys remember, but I recently got those sorting bins. I sort all of the laundry, my family does, into the different sections, and now laundry is immediately quicker right off the bat. On page 56, it actually gives you specific, concrete magic questions that you can ask yourself. The first one is, what can I do now to make vacuuming the floor easier later? And it says have a 60-second family floor pickup. Now I've started doing that. If I need to vacuum the floor, everyone has 1 minute to go around and pick up anything that doesn't belong, any clutter. It's 1 minute and it makes everything so much easier. Another super important thing that I took away from the Lazy Genius method is to essentialize. This is a really important principle in my opinion, and it might be hard for some people, but basically it's the idea that everything in your life doesn't get to be important. And you just have to let some areas of your life be good enough. And that's okay. I wrote down a few areas in my life that I did change based on this idea. Health is really important to me, but if I'm not perfect every single day, that's fine. There's a few non-negotiables for me. I created the essential things that I need to make sure I do every day, and that is I need to get a good night's sleep, I need to make sure I'm hydrated, and I try to walk and get some movement. If nothing else, At least I have that. Now, this is a great example. There's so many skincare products. If you could just simplify your skincare. I just got rid of all that, and I do only use my night oil. It's castor oil, and I've talked about that in videos, but that literally covers everything. I feel like when I walk into my bathroom isn't cluttered anymore. The aesthetic is really nice, and then this product covers all of the steps in my skincare routine, and I've just simplified. I've essentialized. When you wake up in the morning, identify 2 or 3 of the most important tasks that you need to accomplish that day. And if you can get to more, great. If you can't, that's fine. There's also certain rooms throughout my house that just aren't really that visible, and so I don't spend too much time cleaning them. I really only focus on what actually matters, which is typically the kitchen and the living room. That's where we spend the most time, and that's really what I focus on, which actually leads me to the next principle, which is you need to go in the right order, and you need to calm the crazy. So what this means is you need to do things in a sequence that actually makes sense for you. So when it comes to cleaning, okay, you need to think about, if I were to clean any room in the house, what would make me feel less crazy and less chaotic? For me, it's the kitchen. If the kitchen is at least clean, then I feel a little bit better. Who cares if my closet is terrible or the bedroom has stuff? If the kitchen is clean for me, I feel better. So that's what I start with. So when it comes to work, like my YouTube channel, I've realized it is always the best idea for me to film in the morning. That's when my brain is functioning the best. It's when I feel the best. It's when the videos actually turn out the best. And so that's what I do now. I wake up, I film, and then I can proceed with emails, thumbnail design, video outlines, anything else I might need to do. And so that leads me to the next idea, which is batch it. You need to batch your stuff, which you've probably heard before, but you need to really try and do it actually. So this is just when you group similar tasks together. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you energy. It's also going to help with that decision fatigue. So I'm going to share how I do it, and then maybe some other ideas that maybe you could try as well. So again, for me, back to filming. I know this doesn't apply to most of you, but I now have a day where I film videos. Okay, I film. The next day will be all B-roll, and B-roll is that footage that goes over top of me talking. So it's product shots, it's me demonstrating things, it's me applying makeup. Josh and I will film this all day long. That's all we do. And it makes everything streamlined. And then I usually have at least one day per week where I call it an admin day. I'm just on my computer from start to finish. I don't really move much, but I am focused. I get all my admin work done, emails, video outlines, I order products, and I'm not flip-flopping between B-roll, and then I'm filming, and then I'm back to my laptop. It really saves me a lot of time. And then I try to batch my errands. I try to run all my errands in one day. So that would be grocery shopping, if I have any returns, maybe I need to mail something. It's all done in one day. And then speaking of groceries, just batch your groceries. Like even just unloading your groceries. I used to pull out ooh, apples, they go over here. Ooh, this is frozen. I put it away in the freezer. No, you are wasting so much time going back and forth. Just pull out all of your groceries at one time, put them in zones, and then put them away all at once. Even that little change, like batching my groceries, has saved me so much time. Another small example, when you're cleaning your bathrooms, try to clean all of your bathrooms in one day. You have all the stuff out. Just do all your bathrooms in one day rather than going back and forth between different random rooms. Now, the next idea is letting people in, meaning that as a human being, we are meant to do life together. It's not normal to do everything alone. And sometimes when we think about asking for help or delegating tasks or taking the load off of us, we think of us being a failure, and we need to just push that out of our head. We need to accept that it's a good thing to ask for help. The first thing you could do is just fall back on your kids. Like if you have kids, give them chores. I know a lot of people already give their kids chores, but a lot of families don't. A while back, I actually saw this really interesting study. It was a big study by Harvard, and it basically followed kids when they were really young all the way up into their adult life. And the number one indicator of success later in life is if you had chores as a child. And if you live near family, it's okay for them to help you. My mom picks up my kids from school every single day because we send them to a school where there is no busing. So she helps me, and I am okay with it. Delegate tasks. Let go of things being perfect. To me, that's the whole point of the Lazy Genius way. And then we have the very important principle of actually scheduling rest. Rest is necessary and productive. It's not just something you earn. It's something that you intentionally schedule into your calendar. And I have started doing this. I used to think of rest as a reward. If I do this, then I can reward myself with some time up. No, now I put it on the calendar. It can either be where I'm literally doing nothing. It could be where I'm rotting on the couch. I am curled up on the couch, maybe watching a TV show or drinking tea. I'm doing nothing. Or it could be something that fulfills you. So you need to ask yourself, what makes you feel better, or what makes you feel more like yourself? For me, I just feel better if I go for a walk. Maybe if I go to an exercise class, like that really just fills my tank. Maybe it's baking for you. Block that time off. Literally put it in the calendar. You could even put your phone on do not disturb. So the goal of the Lazy Genius method is to not fix your entire life. It's to decide what actually matters and stop wasting your time and your energy on everything that doesn't. I will link this Lazy Genius book down below if you do want to read it. I hope you at least implement a couple things from this video into your life, but just remember to start small. And then I will see you hopefully over in this video next. These are little luxuries that I've purchased that aren't that expensive, but they truly elevate and just make my whole life seem so much better. So I'll see you over there.